Recording in progress. Why? Because hello!
Hello!
And welcome to Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina. Now, I'm Michael.
That's correct. And I'm Divina. Woo! And we're going to be traveling up and down and all around, meeting wonderful and interesting people from across the theatrical world.
Yes, basically, we're going to stage doors to meet all your favorite stars.
And we're finding out all their gossip, what they're up to, what's happening in the theatre world, and what makes them tick.
Yes, today we are at the stage door of the fantastic Leicester Curve for the brand new production of Kiss of a Spider Woman. It's the musical master, that is Isis Dunthorne.
Hello.
That was Davina's words, so big up to you. You must be
Very
great.
kind. Well, you said everyone's favourite stars, which I don't think is the drummer, but it's very kind.
Listen.
On and off stage, that's all, it's all part of it.
And without the drummer, it's a bit empty, isn't it? There's not much going on musically, is there? Without
This
the drummer.
is true.
The drummer is the person who keeps everybody going and rolling and making it happen.
We're the foundation of it all, that's what I would claim.
The foundation.
I love
are
that.
the
You heard it here
foundation
first.
of it all. You are. So, what we want to know is, obviously, full disclosure, Isis and I met when we did Hedwig together, which we were just talking about the joy of digs, or the not joy of digs.
Indeed.
And that seems like an immensely long time ago now. It was 4 years ago, but it feels like a lifetime for me. And for you, who you've just been absolutely non-stop since then. Every single time I see anything from you, you've jumped from one show to another show, and then another show to another show, and another show to another show. So, like, I want to know, what has been happening over the last 4 years for you?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was thinking about this earlier because Hedwig was my first professional gig post-COVID, right?
Wow.
So I graduated in 2019 and I had about 6 months of the music industry proper and then we had lockdown. And Hedwig was my first sort of big thing really post that. So it really kicked it all off. And then Davina, it's been a crazy 4 years, I'm not gonna lie. But I've been really, really lucky, and you're right, I have really jumped from thing to thing to thing. And mostly small stuff, like 2 to 3 months, not big 1 year, 2 year tours. I haven't, well, not that, I don't think I would like to do something that long anyway, but not that I have been offered anything to turn down necessarily, but it's that long. But I really enjoy doing like these little stints on stuff. So after Hedwig, I did a little show called The Book Thief, which was a new musical. And in fact, I got that job because the MD of that came to see Hedwig and just saw me drumming in Hedwig and then called me and was like, do you want to do this other thing? I've just seen you play. So this is how it
Love
works.
that.
Very word of mouth. So I did the book thief. That was my next big thing, and I kind of used that as an impetus to quit teaching because I used to teach music a lot, like 4 days a week. It was getting too heavy. I couldn't do both, so I quit teaching, and then I've been freelancing ever since. So I started off depping. Do we know what depping is? Should I explain?
Yeah,
Explain
what
for
depping
those.
is for those who
Yeah,
are
for
not
the
initiated.
uninitiated. It's kind of like being an understudy, but as a musician, right? So you learn a show, and then you go in and cover when a drummer is on holiday or if they're sick or whatever. But instead of like being on one show and you'll be understudy for just that, you learn loads of shows, and you can go in on loads of different shows at different times. So I started doing that on a musical Six. And that was a big jumping off point. So I've done a lot of Six as a dep in the West End.
Favorite song in Six?
I really like Don't Lose Your Head to play.
Yes.
It's really fun on the drums, like quite high energy, and it's kind of just drums and vocals. Like a lot of the song is just very loud drums. So I like
Good answer.
That's my favourite. So I depped on that a lot, and then last year I took over for a brief 4-month period on the UK tour. as a chairholder, which was very exciting. So I did that last year. What else have I been doing? Just that. It's been quite a wide range. Like I've done quite a lot of off West End London things, Southwark Playhouse. I just did a brilliant musical called Ballad Lines, Scottish folk musical, brand new. It was great. Everybody should go listen to that. Ballad Lines, fantastic. And then, what else have I been doing? I did the Chorus Line tour. I did like the last month of that. I took over from the drummer. So it's been quite like dipping in and out of things. I started dipping on some other musicals. Matilda, the UK tour of Matilda. Operation Mincemeat, I started dipping on recently. So
I need to see that. I really want. I've heard. Really
oh
good
my
things.
gosh, it's fantastic. And it's on tour now as well. So catch it
No
in the
excuse.
theatre near you. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So before we carry on with what you are up to, let's go right back to your childhood. And was it always the drums that you wanted to play, or did you play other instruments, or what got you into music? Tell us that whole backstory.
Yeah, okay, so I started off, I think I was at primary school and there was like a African drumming circle, which is probably not a great term now, but like, well, you know, it's a bit, it's more, there's more detail to it than that, right? It's very, you know, it was primary school. It was like sort of that kind of like djembes and stuff, and I saw that and was like, wow, that seems really cool. So I sort of begged my parents to do that and got really into it, and I think the teacher could see that it was something I really enjoyed and was a bit natural with the rhythm. I sort of picked up quite naturally and I quite enjoyed it. And then so I wanted to start having lessons, but basically like music lessons are really expensive and that was going to be hard for us to afford. So we decided if I joined, so I'm from Yorkshire, which is the world of brass banding, as Divina knows. And so we were like, oh, well, if we join a brass band, Isis can get free drum lessons because they do free education in brass bands in Yorkshire. So I joined a brass band. The brass band I joined didn't have a drum kit. And so instead they gave me an instrument called a euphonium, which is like a small tuba. And I learned the euphonium for like 2 years and I was really bad at it. I didn't get to play the drums at all. And then we left that brass band, we joined a different brass band that did own a drum kit, and I started playing drums at that brass band, and I haven't touched a euphonium since. People will be glad to hear. I was never any good at that.
I think the euphonium industry as a whole actually is sobbing right now.
They're weeping. Such a loss. Euphonium's loss was drumming's gain, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's it.
So yeah, I did a lot of brass banding in my youth. My parents were very supportive. My mum actually ended up joining the same brass band as me, and now she loves it, and she still plays in brass bands twice a week. Like, she sometimes does more gigs than I do. She's with her brass bands doing these gigs. And my dad was a huge fan of music and used to take me to loads of gigs and stuff. So just, even though they didn't play instruments, it was a very musical household, like appreciation of music. Yeah, so the brass band thing, school bands, all that kind of stuff. Ended up doing a couple of grades, but I did grade 5 and grade 8. I skipped the ones in between.
I've heard of skipping sort of maybe grade 1, but not skipping to grade 5 and then to grade 8. Isn't grade 8 the last one?
Yeah, grade 8's the last one. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do 1 and then the last one. I'll just,
Yeah.
And I bet you got top marks, I'm sure.
I did get a distinction in
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I basically think grade 5 was often a 1 if you were going to like a youth orchestra or something. They'd be like, oh, you need your grade 5 to play in the top orchestra. So we were like, well, we'll do grade 5, and I've got that. And then when I was doing my A levels and like applying for university, it was like, well, I should probably have grade 8 just so I can say I've got it. So and I also did my grade 8 then.
And they let you just skip them like that? Or is it, do you not have to?
You could just take, you could just.
So I could just apply for a grade 8 now. I mean, obviously I don't know how to do any of it, but I could.
Yeah, I don't think you could actually and pass.
Did you have to do, what is the one where you had to do, like, is it sight read clapping along, or like rhythm one? Did you have to do that? No.
Yeah, there's different parts. I don't really remember.
You have to do,
to be honest.
They give you a bit to sight read, then they play a bit on the piano that you have to sing back, Then they do some rhythm stuff that you have to do. And then, of course, there's all your scales. But if you're doing singing, then instead of doing scales, what they do is they give you a folk song and you have to stay in tune for the whole of the folk song without any accompaniment. Oh. So you have to sing that a cappella.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, see, I did it all, darling. I did it all. And look at
So
me
are you
now.
grade 8, Divina?
Yeah, I did my grade 8 singing. I had done my grade 7 violin, and I got to that point where you get really good. You know, you actually are really good. And I'd got to the point where I'd done all my grade 7 stuff, and then the next week my teacher brought all the grade 8 stuff, and I played it through, and she was like, yeah, you would pass. I can't teach you anything else, and I've got another job. Bye.
Oh no.
So you didn't do it?
So I never did my grade 8 violin, no. And now I'm terrible at it. Terrible.
It's not too late, Dee. You could still do
It's
it.
definitely too late for me. My God, I don't have very long left, love. It would take me far too long to pick it all back up again.
It's not true. Oh dear.
So what I want to know as well is, once you'd done all of this at school, so you just said like you were going to university. Did you go to a conservatoire or did you go to a university proper?
I went to a conservatoire, yeah. So I went to Trinity Laban Conservatoire of Music and Dance. You have to say the full thing. And it's funny, actually, I didn't really know what conservatoires were like, and lots of my friends now that I have from going to the conservatoire went to like junior conservatoires, junior or northern, all these places. I didn't go to anything like that. But I was at a youth orchestra course, and one of the teachers was like, oh, you sound like a Trinity person. And I was like, I don't know. What is that? I don't know what that means. But I had expressed that I was interested in studying at uni, so I looked it up. And yeah, I was going to take a gap year, but I was like, oh, I'll apply to Trinity for like a practice audition, basically. Like, I won't get in, but I'll just go and do one audition as a practice, because it's really expensive auditioning at conservatoires. You have to do the travel, you have to pay to audition. Yeah. You've got to travel, you probably got to stay the night, because we live up north, they're all in London. So it was like, would be a big expense to audition at all of them. So I was like, well, I'll just do this one as a practice. And then I just got the offer to go. So sort of ended up being like, oh, I guess I'll go here then. There wasn't that much thought put into it really on my end. I got very lucky. So yeah, I went to Trinity. I did a 4-year undergraduate music degree in orchestral percussion and drums. They do a joint course. So I was doing like timpani, marimba, orchestral snare, triangle, you know, that's the cliche, right? I do have a degree in the triangle, essentially. And also I got to play a lot of drums, and I got really into like Latin percussion and congas and Afro-Cuban percussion when I was at university. So I spent a lot of time doing that. And then, yeah, graduated in 2019 and the big old pandemic happens. So, but that catches us up, yeah.
Well, let's talk about something exciting and play a little game. So that's also interesting though. Thank you for sharing that. I think lots of people don't know a lot of these things exist, and that's why we do this, because we want to open people's minds. But we're going to play a game with you now where you've got 30 seconds to name as many musical theatre song titles as you can.
Right.
So you can go down every song in 6 if you want.
I probably will.
And keep going that way. Davina's going to start the clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over to you.
Yeah.
Steady. Go.
Ex-Wives, No Way, Don't Lose Your Head, House of Holbein, Get Down, All You Wanna Do, I Don't Need Your Love, 6, Mega 6. Now, where do I go? A Kiss of a Spider Woman, show I'm currently on. She's a Woman, Give Me Love, Where You Are, Her Name is Aurora, Good Times, The Day After That.
Done.
16! That's the best we've had in a long time.
That is the best we've had for ages. Well done. That's
well done. You didn't say Heart of Stone, which I thought was strange.
But I forgot that existed. Look, there's not many drums in that one, okay? was
Just the ones that you're the biggest part of. I love that. I love that. No, that's brilliant. Well done, you.
There's one between this. It wasn't coming to my brain, so
No, fantastic.
You've played so many different shows, and like you say, you were originally doing a lot of teaching, and then a little bit of this on the side, and then you've kind of transitioned right into doing this full time. What has there been a standout show that you've played in, and you can't say Hedwig?
Oh,
because that's cheating. Because I'm sat here. Has there been a standout show for you that you were like, this was such a dream, to play in?
Okay, well, if I'm not allowed to say Hedwig, other shows that come to mind are A Chorus Line, the UK tour of A Chorus Line. The music is incredible. It was a new orchestration, and it was just so much fun, and also felt like a big step in my career as well at the time. And everybody there was very supportive. I did a tricky thing, which is I took over halfway through the tour from the drummer Shane Forbes, phenomenal drummer, nicest musician I've ever met. So supportive. He had another cool gig that he had to go to, so he left the tour a month early, and I got to do the final month, which is a tricky thing to do, to step into a situation like that. Everyone's sort of like, there's already a way it's all running, and you're trying to fit in. But everyone was so nice, and the music was just fantastic. So that sticks out massively as one that I would just love to do again, and I just had a great time on. Yeah, probably A Chorus Line.
I love that. And is there a dream show or a dream of a show that you would love to play for?
Oh, do you know what? I don't know that there is. I think I've been so lucky and done so much stuff. Up until recently, I really wanted to do Operation Mincemeat, and now I'm really lucky and I'm getting to do that. So that would have been my answer, is that I would have loved to have done that, and then I've got to start recently, which is great. I mean, anything that's got a fun drum kit part, so like Jesus Christ Superstar would be just really fun, I think. There's a tour that's going out. I'm pretty sure it'll be the drummer who did it previously, and she's absolutely amazing. But there was a show a couple of years ago called Sylvia, and that's got awesome. The music's great. I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Cool.
I want to know. Talking about very serious projects, that you have a band called.
I do have a band
called A Very Serious Band.
Indeed, I have.
Tell us all about this. Tell us all about this.
So this is just like a hobby, basically, that I have on the side of my actual career, which is I have a comedy band, and and I sing and play guitar in it. I don't play the drums. My friend plays the drums, actually, which is funny. In fact, Reese, who you know, Divina, it's with Reese, who came. Yeah, so I mean, this is a story.
I saw Reese the other day. Where did I see him? I saw him, and it took me. Oh, I remember. I went to see a friend in a panto, and Reese was playing the drums for the panto.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm Reese," and I was like, "Okay, great." And he was like, "No, I'm Reese. Like, I played Hedwig with you," and I was like,
"Oh God,
did you?"
Well, he only did like 2 shows.
Yeah, he did. He just dropped in, and this is how amazing professional musicians are. Like, he dropped in, we went through the tracks, and Hedwig was really actually quite complicated as the drummer, because you there was a lot of stuff that wasn't scored, that you just had to know, okay, this happens and then I do this thing. And I think he made one mistake the whole night, and that was it. And he'd literally just sat down and was told, right, and then this and then this and then, and there was one thing that he did wrong all night long, and he was like, "Oh, I did that thing." I was like, "What are you on about? Nobody would even know that happened. The only people who know on the stage, nobody cares. What the hell?" Just phenomenally talented. Yeah. So you're in a band with Reese.
With Reese, and we do just basically weird music. Any weird thought I have where I'm like, this is a strange thing. If I'm not that employed at the time, I just use my spare time to write like a weird song. So I can't even remember what any of them are about, but they're normally Instagram shorts. We do have a few full length songs out. I don't even know where they are, but it's something that I dip in and out of depending on how busy I am. But I want to learn more about composing, and so it's my way of like learning about that in like an unpressured environment, because ultimately the music is quite silly. It's like we have a song about jelly babies. Like it's not, you know, the antithesis is the name, right? It's not actually serious at all. So yeah, but that's just my fun hobby.
And but you have been short and long listed for.
Yeah, there was a comedy award last year. We got on the long list for just like a sketch comedy award, which is crazy. Oh, that's crazy. I'm such a huge comedy nerd. Like one of my big things I love outside of music is comedy, and Saturday Night Live especially, and SNL UK has started recently. It's absolutely fantastic so far. So yeah, we got on the long list for a sketch comedy award, and it was the first sketch I ever. It was like a song, and then it turns into a sketch, and it's about not having the big light on in the room, using lamps instead of the big light. It's about that. And I was just like, oh, I'll enter it as, you know, whatever. Like it won't get in. And then we got onto the long list, and which felt like a big achievement for like the first sketch I'd ever made. And also, I'm not an actor, and like I'm in this sketch like trying to act and be funny, and yeah.
I noticed now that your main lights aren't on in your digs. I mean, it is the middle of the day, so
no, but you'll never see me with a main light on. It's not gonna happen.
I love that. I feel like lots of people are like that, aren't they? You turn the main light on and what are you doing?
Yeah, it harshens the vibe, you know.
Right.
I mean, for
now
us,
obviously
it was about money in our house because we're very young.
No lights on.
Don't put the big. You get one lamp in the whole room. Yeah, exactly.
Candles, yeah. I'm really picturing Divina in a nightgown and one of those hats with a candle. Do you know what I mean?
Like Scrooge.
Yeah. So Isis, obviously becoming a professional musician is notoriously hard. You know, if you had a piece of advice for anyone listening that was an aspiring musician, what would it be?
I think my advice would be to be patient. I felt very eager coming out of college that I should be playing on the West End straight away. Why am I not playing on the West End? And actually, the skill it requires, and also the sort of confidence in yourself and being able to stay calm takes a long time to build. And there's no rush. Like, life is hopefully long, and you know, if you carry on being a musician up until your 50s, 60s, that's 30, 40 years to do your thing in the West End or on tour or whatever. So I think it would be just to be patient. I try not to compare your trajectory to other people. It's very easy in this industry to look at for me, like to see other drummers that are getting cool gigs and be like, well, why did they get that gig and not me? And it's never about you. So just work really hard, practice, find the music that you're interested in, and you're sort of, you know, and just follow that line and be patient. And ultimately, like, music is about having fun and connecting with other people. So if you get too sidetracked by the industry of it all and just ticking off a list of achievements, that's like great, you've ticked off the achievements, but like, have you had fun kind of doing it? Has it been fulfilling, you know? So I think it would be to be patient and try and remember, you know, to find the fun in it. And also you have to be a little bit obsessive about it, you know, practicing and just care, you know, you just have to care about it basically. So, but it's a tricky industry for sure.
Yeah.
But it's also amazing, and I'm so glad that I'm in it.
Lovely and easy to work with, and you know, like you say, obsessive. There's that, I want this to be right, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the time, that's what actually keeps you going, I think, in the industry is that care. It is care about what you're doing and make sure that you're bringing your best. I think you're absolutely right about that. Which, actually, after this, I'm going to go and practice.
On your euphonium.
Yeah, on it. I have just taken up the euphonium, actually. So, what's your dream? What's the thing in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years' time?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm really enjoying how my career is now. So if it stayed as this kind of like slight hodgepodge of like doing different things, sometimes touring, sometimes in town. You know, I've not had a chair in the West End yet, but I'm not even 30. So it's sometime in my 30s it would be great to be able to sit down on a show in the West End for even if it's just a couple of months. That would feel like a massive achievement. I'd be really proud of that. But if that never happens, that's fine. Like, as long as I'm still playing, that would be great. I think I'd like to do a little bit of... I did a bit of session stuff many years ago, and maybe to try go back into that industry slightly. But to be honest, theatre, I'm loving it. I love all the friends I have. So just more of this. More of this would be great.
I love that.
Gorgeous. We've got one final game for you.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, we have. And this requires a bit of singing.
No.
I can do one where you're not having to sing too much, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Okay. I've got one already.
Oh, you've got one. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is. We'll see.
Okay.
You've got to finish the line.
You just got to finish the line.
That's fine.
You ready? Put on some makeup. Turn on the tape deck.
I'm... I don't know what was it?
I
was going to give you...
Down from the shelf.
Yeah! Oh, well done. I was going to go, grew up in the French court, oui, bonjour.
Look, 6. Do I have to listen to the words?
Life was a chore, so we set sail. I was trying to do it come on.
Well,
do you know what? This is a reveal of when I'm on a show, how low I have the vocals in my inner mix.
Yeah. Well,
turn them down.
Said with love. Divina, you were very high on headroom.
Oh, I love that.
Isis, thank you so much. Where can people find you online?
I have Instagram at Isis Dunthorne, or you can follow my comedy band at A Very Serious Band. That's it, basically.
Do it! Amazing. Thank you so
for
much.
joining us on
Thanks,
Stage
Isis.
Door.
Bye!
Thanks, guys.